A country where you expect to watch it, you can count on finding an Arsenal fan in another country, and that's what happened with Veroni. She's from the UK, but Veroni, from what I understand about your story, is that you travelled to South Korea, you were desperate to watch the North London derby, and you came across this Arsenal-themed bar. Is that correct?
Hi, yeah, that is correct, and it's quite a hard feat to do in a country who sports Spurs because of Son.
Yeah, I'm just admiring your backdrop there because I said you're an Arsenal fan. This is serious. Looking at your shirt, that's one of the retro-style ones or the most recent imitations of the retro-style shirt. I think of Henri when I think of that shirt.
Yeah, you have to think of Thierry.
Yeah. And then you've got some stuff behind you as well. How did you become an Arsenal fan, Veroni?
It was strange because my dad is actually a Spurs fan, and my brother started off as a Man U fan. He's an Arsenal fan now. I don't know how that works, but no, I just remember watching when I was younger and just like loving the way it's Thierry Henry. I was watching him, in the early noughties when things were going well. Just supported them from then.
So you went to the land of Sonny, as you said, South Korea, where he's hailed as a king and with reason, of course, helping Spurs get that trophy last season. Talk to me about how you even found this bar.
Yeah, it's totally random. So I went out with my boyfriend. He's an Arsenal fan as well. And we were just trying to find a place to watch the game. And we just messaged a few people on some Discord, I think. One of the Arsenal podcasts, and they mentioned Arsenal Korea, but we messaged them and their event was totally booked up. I think they had it in a bar or something. And one of those guys just said, I'll just try this place called Wenger's house. And it's just one guy in a tiny, tiny room, as you can see there, in the middle of nowhere. He said, yeah, come along. I think there was a lot of mistranslations along the way. There wasn't even a Google Maps entry for it, so we had to follow some translated directions in the dead of night as well.
Wow. And can you openly support Arsenal out there? I know Son doesn't play for Spurs any longer, or do people give you the side eye like, how dare you?
Oh, I wasn't walking around wearing the shirt, that's for sure. There was just a lot of Spurs memorabilia. I remember seeing a 12-story building the first day I arrived, and it was Son's face just plastered up all 12 stories of it. And walking past English bars, they had every other scarves from all other teams: Barcelona, Real Madrid, Spurs, but no Arsenal scarves in the bars. So.
Veroni, give me a score prediction for the weekend. I'm hoping Chelsea. No, I'm only joking. I'm just winding Anita and you up. No, give me a score prediction for the weekend.
I'm going to say 2-1 Arsenal. Noni Madueke score.
Okay.
Ooh, yes, going back to the bridge and scoring. I like how you're thinking, Veroni. We already saw Mikel Marino scoring at Newcastle. There's a theme happening there.
You keep dreaming.
Listen, thank you so much for joining us, Veroni. It was lovely to hear your story. I'd definitely like to go to Wenger's house at some point.
Yeah, it looks good. It did look good. Yeah, it looked good fun.
Take care. Good luck on Sunday. Hopefully the nerves don't get the best of you. Well, there you have it for part one on your mind.
Yeah, it has been quite some week for the Gunners. They are in fine fettle heading into that game at Stamford Bridge in the second part of Super Sunday tomorrow. Away to inform Chelsea. Tim, just to reel off some of the stats for Arsenal so far this season. I mean, compared to last season at this stage, they're 7 points up on that, unbeaten in the last 16 games in all competitions, won just the 14 of those. Only 3 defeats in the last 40 Premier League games. So no huge surprise at the moment in terms of where the bookmakers think the title is going. They think it definitely is going to North London and the red half of North London for the first time in 21 years. And you were sat in that seat a week ago where you said, win the North London derby, they will win the Premier League and they'll win it for years and years to come. Still stand by that. I assume after that performance on Sunday, you absolutely stand by it.
I just thought it was a huge game of football. I thought if they lost this game, they were going to the one against Chelsea tomorrow, and it would be a very difficult game for them. I think they'll win their game against Chelsea now. I don't see anyone challenging them this season. I think the nearest challenges will come from the team who've got the experience to be able to win the league, which is Man City. I think they will come nearest. But we all talked about, can they deal with the injuries? They've ticked that box now. They've covered that. He can't do it without Gabriel. And Capia comes in. He's magnificent. It was seamless to change. He couldn't do it without Odegaard in years gone by. They can do it without anyone now. They got players like Declan Rice, he's an AI player. I mean, if you had to make a player, an absolute superstar.
The first AI reference I think we've had regarding a player.
For a manager's dream, I mean, this kid has got everything. You got Timber, who's probably the best fullback in the world. You know, for me, they're just incredible footballers, and they've got. The only thing that's missing is they haven't done it. And if they do get over the line, I think everyone's got a problem. We know how difficult it is to win back-to-back titles.
But the eyebrow-raising bit of what you said last week wasn't that you think they'll win the title, because I don't think many, based on their current form, would disagree with that. But you said this was the big Merson-style claim in his chair. They'll win it for years and years to come. You think that as well still?
Yeah, of course.
But might we have said that at Liverpool this time last season?
Yeah, we would have done.
So what's the difference here?
Well, we just covered that. I think there was...
No, but in terms of Arsenal,
Arsenal
are
are young enough. They've got the quality, they've got the strength in depth, they're young enough. I think Gyökeres is a question mark. I think they still think they need a centre-forward at this present moment in time. I haven't seen enough of him, but if he comes... You know, players, Kai Havertz, who hasn't even got changed yet, you know, so they've got ability to be able to do it. The only thing that was missing, we'll all say, is they haven't done it.
Yeah.
But once they do it, the experience of having done it, I think they're capable with the young group of players and a very young manager who's still got the drive to go and win it again. Because he'll be just like Pep Guardiola. He won't say, oh, got there. That's how relaxed now. He'll be like, right, on to the next. On to the next. They're capable. We know how difficult it is. There's only Man City and Man United ever won back-to-back. But I think if they miss out a year, I think you'll be there or thereabouts and they'll go again. What I'm saying is in the next 10 years, I think they're capable of winning it 5 times.
And Bordy, listen... Tim, and we've spoken about it a lot, that strength in depth they've got this season. But something else that strikes me that seems to be different about them this season is they look mentally a different beast at the moment. Would you concur with that, or still too early to make that kind of call?
Listen, I think they've been like that for the last couple of seasons. When you look at what the Manchester City team had to put up to stop them, Liverpool had to put up to stop them. I mean, that was levels that we don't often see. This Arsenal team, when you go back, and I think everybody thought a couple of years ago they were going to arrive, they had a couple of bad injuries, and all of a sudden it derailed their title challenge. That ain't going to happen this year, because they've got more players out than what they did back then, and they're still winning games comfortably. I mean, when you look at the performance on Wednesday night, everybody's, before that game, was saying, Bayern Munich, one of the favourites for the Champions League. The second half, they ran all over the top of them.
Just dispatched them, didn't they?
Could not get near them. Could not get near them. Albeit, listen, Bayern Munich, I thought the first half done reasonably well. But the big thing for me would be as well that, usually when you've got top teams that dominate the ball and they'll suffocate teams, Bayern Munich had more possession than Arsenal. They knew exactly what they were doing. We'll sit in, and then we'll hit you in the counter-attack and score the goals that they did. And the options they've got all over the pitch is incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen it. Even Lewis Skelly, he's been in and out of the team. He's not played a lot of football recently. But as soon as Calafiori had come onto that pitch on Wednesday, they just went again. He gets the assist. There's a physique about them. They're very difficult to stop. They can create chances. They can score from set plays. Right now, they are the perfect team.
And what they also have, Sue, it seems at the moment that they've got that balance. They've got really, really good competition for places, but they just feel like they're all pulling in the same direction. So when players are on the bench, like Madueke, who'd come back, was midweek, Gabriel Martinelli back and on the bench as well, they look at that rather than a blow. Obviously, everyone wants to start, but a chance to contribute later on. And indeed they do. Madueke comes on, scores his first goal. Gabriel Martinelli scores a goal as well. It just feels as a unit, as a whole now, they're absolutely pulling in the same direction.
Yeah, I think they've got that sort of healthy competition, haven't they, now for places, and the squad depth has been a massive positive for them. Because I think when you look at previous seasons, when they've lost key players, it's really affected them, whether it's Ødegaard, whether it's Saka, whether it's one of the centre-backs. But now they've got players to come in and replace them. And not just replace them and be not as good as them. They are as good as them. They've got that sort of real quality. So, like Boydie said, so many players out, and yet they're continuing to win games. So I think the recruitment's been excellent. We spoke about Liverpool's recruitment. It may come good, but you look at Arsenal's and you just think it's complemented the players that are already there. The likes of Zubamendi coming in, it's then been helping Rice so he can kick on and further his game. So I think everything, we've all spoken about Arsenal the last few weeks, they do look the perfect team, and they've got a bit of everything, haven't they? So we've spoke about you know, where we've said, they score a lot of goals from set pieces, they can still play teams off the park if they need to. They can still go from back to front quickly if they need to. Yes, they'll score set pieces and be very strong at that, but they've just got a bit of everything. So, yeah, certainly the team to beat, and they've been outstanding.
David, nice to see you. Welcome along to Fan Zone.
Thank you.
Nice to be in your house here at the Emirates.
Yeah, it's a great place to be.
Very happy place for the fans. We've actually got some fans scattered all over the world that want to know you a bit more. So have a look at this. If you press play, you'll hear some questions they've got for you.
Okay.
Yo, David, Shay here. I hope you're well. Firstly, I want to say thank you for putting the duvet in the wash and for keeping our sheets clean. My question to you is, if you weren't a footballer, what would you be doing?
My whole family always been jewelers. So my mom and dad used to have 2 shops. It all comes from my granddad. He was a jeweler, and then my 2 older brothers are jewelers as well. So probably using the family business.
So are you wearing family jewels right now?
Yep.
Okay.
Everything is done by them.
So if we want the hookup when it comes to the bling, we should come to David?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Of course.
All right, let's keep it going then.
Hi, David. You've won Golden Glove back-to-back seasons. What motivates you to keep being your top?
The answer to that, knowing myself, is just to try to be better every day and improve from mistakes and things that have to improve. So just trying to be the better version of myself every day. I think that's what keeps me motivated, and of course the love that the fans gives is just something that you have to take on board as well.
In terms of the back-to-back Golden Gloves, is that something you dreamed of when you started playing in the Premier League?
It wasn't a thing that crossed my mind. Obviously, I know if you keep clean sheets, it's easier to win games, and it gives you that advantage of trying to be on top and to win games. Well, I always said the same, it's not just me, it's the whole collective.
Hello, David. Your futsal background make you a superb ball-playing goalkeeper. Which of your 4 current teammates can make ideal futsal team with you?
Which 4 players?
Me on goal.
Obviously.
100% Marino, because he has that Spanish background. Gabriel Jesus, obviously Brazilian. Martinelli for sure, and the Capitano.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you feel futsal gives players when they're trying to make that transition into football? Like, what's the edge there?
I think they're comfortable with the ball and the skill to get away from tight situations into an open space. Obviously, futsal a bit much more smaller and a lot of contact.
Yeah.
That gives you the extra edge of getting past people and stuff.
Hello, David. I'd like to know why you choose to get the Pikachu tattoo on your thigh. What made the Pikachu special to you compared to the animated character?
It's not just Pikachu, it's Gengar, Charizard, Mewtwo, and I have Dragon Ball on the other side. It's just my favorite. I'm just doing my leg as my favorite anime series, so I've got Dragon Ball, I've got Pokemon, and
You're going to get Ash on there too?
I was thinking of getting Ash at the back of my leg.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, but I need to figure it out still. But I still got Yu-Gi-Oh to put on and some other animes that I watched when I was a kid, so...
Nice, okay.
Hi, this is Raya. Who inspired you to be a goalkeeper?
For me, my hero I always said is Iker Casillas, so he inspired me to be the goalie that I am today. Of course, what he achieved for Madrid and for Spain is incredible, but since I was a really young kid, you try to copy and you try to be that player. And yeah, I would say Iker Casillas.
Thank you so much for joining us on Fan Zone. David, could you just give us a little quick message for all the Arsenal fans worldwide watching?
Yeah, of course. Thank you for your support. It doesn't go unnoticed, especially when we travel around the world and we see Singapore, Hong Kong that we've been, for example, this pre-season, and we went to Spain as well. All the love that we got from there. So thank you very much. And of course, the messages are always happy to answer. Thank you for your support. Like I said, it doesn't go unnoticed.
Thank you.
Thank you.